I have a pretty black and white line of how I judge a bagel, and it's good or bad. So there's no like 8.6 or 7.1 or 9.9. It's good or bad. It's bread, so if it's made well, it's gonna taste good. Stanley, can you fire me vegan bacon, egg, and cheese? Yup, and a toasted everything bagel. And then just put it on a platter, I'll put it together. Thank you. We make them all in Sunset Park, and then we bring them to here in our West Village shop at 5 a.m. It's funny because with our like ordering style where it's like place the order, come pick it up, like on a weekday you never really see the crowd because like you come grab it, leave. But it doesn't, it's insane. But yeah, I mean the crunch on the outside with the softness of the inside, it's gotta be a good balance. I'm from Brooklyn, so I've kind of just always been my favorite food. No, I started in a food hall in Williamsburg, 90 square feet. It was just me.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I would like take your order, I'd pour the eggs on the grill, I'd wrap it up, I'd fucking set up the ice baths, like just kind of all led back to here.
Really?
Like, this is what I like, so this is what I understand the best.
It is pretty cute.
My friend Casey and she's also just like
Hello! This is a vlog about bagels, I guess, among other things. Since I've moved to New York, I think I eat a bagel every 2 weeks at least. There's a place really close to where I live called Greenberg's, and I've loved their work for a very long time. So I got to get a little behind the scenes scoop about how they make their bagels, and it was pretty cool. I feel like I met the Adam Sandler of Bed-Stuy. I don't know if this is like a relatable comparison. I tend to compare people to each other a lot, and it doesn't really hit. Like, it's not a... Okay, Frank. When he gets hungry, Frank has an automatic feeder, and when he gets hungry, he'll rub his head against it because he knows that food shakes out. So I'll just hear this creaking in the night, and it's Frank. Anyway, I also started making a high-protein bagel dupe today. I was developing a recipe for one, and I'll show you how it turns out. But I know that this weekend, probably Saturday morning, I'm gonna divide some good old-fashioned time to making a high-quality Greenberg adjacent bagel after I learned what makes a perfect one, and I'm just hoping to end up with something that tastes as good as buying it for $10, but came out of my kitchen fresh and hot. So I think that'll be awesome. I also wanted to start vlogging because I'm picking up the first copy of my cookbook today, and this is gonna be like a big fat tease because I'm not gonna reveal it. I think I'm gonna make it a first day of January present for myself, but I will take you guys to my editor's office and probably to work with me because I think I have to run in there today. Another exciting thing, I made a delicious latte this morning. Here's what it looks like. It's very good. This is the milk I use. It's called Edenesque, and it's an oat milk barista blend, and I have to say it's like the thickest, creamiest, most seductive milk I've ever drank, and I think it has to do with the fact that it's a woman-owned LGBTQ company. Gay milk! It's delicious. Okay, so I will check in when my fake bagels are done, so that will be like step 2 in our bagel process, and I'll take you with me when I go into 2 offices, and then I'll probably see you again on Saturday. But I've missed talking to this camera. Ugh. If I could hug you, I would. Okay, I'm about to put these in the oven, but I just boiled them in some baking soda and maple syrup and then coated them in this. So we'll see what they look like in 25 minutes. Yay! They worked. Ow. I keep picking them up in my hand. Yeah, these worked. Bagel substitute, silken tofu. Okay, I do have to go.
Yours, Hallie. So there's 4 copies in there. They're like wrapped.
Take mine away.
Yay! That's
I mean, I think the gist really is that everybody does their own thing. But if you haven't seen one,
ooh. I'll have to watch his YouTube videos as well.
yeah, I mean they're crazy because they're so long. But his fans are obsessed with them.
And this was very cool. Oh, and then this one.
I mean, there is like a logo on the building outside.
Run up there. Could you hold this?
Yeah.
Okay, I started. Ooh. Can I get you?
Me? Okay.
Okay. Ooh.
What would large be? You know? Because I'm like, there's like large, and then there's like large.
I think I always go for too small. I always go for
Sometimes I
most
do the same thing.
inconvenient way to make a recipe.
So it's like, is there like a standardized way that it should be like, oh, this means large and this means medium, so that you don't find yourself in a situation where you can't mix the batter enough?
How to make a New York bagel at home successfully. You'll need 2 cups of flour, flour's measured out. In a separate little tiny bowl, I'm going to activate my yeast. I like to buy this active dry yeast in a little jar because I never use the full individual packs of yeast, But because it's not individually packaged, I think this yeast has a higher chance of dying. So I'm gonna add a half of a tablespoon to a little bowl. You'd usually sprinkle this over warm water. I don't really think it matters. But this is also why I'm not a good baker. I'm gonna add a little bit of sugar to this and warm water, maybe a 1/4 cup. I like a bagel with a little bit of flavor to it. I always like to taste a little bit of a sweet, yeasty something in my mouth when I bite into a bagel, which may seem off-putting, but it's actually really nice. So I'm gonna add whatever's left of this maple syrup tin. She's also dead. So, and a little bit of vanilla extract. I'd say a half a teaspoon. And this is a pretty small batch of bagels. I think we're gonna get 6. I don't know, do bagels work like donuts? Do you want 12? Leave a comment down below about how many bagels you think, leave a comment down below of a number of bagels that seems good for you. But this recipe makes 6. My yeast is alive, it's foamy, I'm adding it to my bowl. And I like to do this, which just helps the flour that's on the side of the bowl fall into the bowl. If you are using an electric mixer, I also recommend using it on a pretty sturdy counter. I was shooting close-up clips on my table over there, which is very beautiful. I got it on Facebook Marketplace. I think it's from the 1950s. But with a KitchenAid on top of it, it just looks so fragile. Okay, it's officially been an hour. So now I'm gonna take my dough and a little pan and just form some bagels. And while I do this, I am going to make the pot of water that my bagels are going to boil in. I like to make a long snake shape. I don't really like perfect looking bagels. I think if your dough is nice and smooth, it should be pretty easy to get a ring shape that you want without having to be too perfect about it. I think that's what I challenge myself to avoid when I cook. Perfectionism, it can be a little bit debilitating, especially if you're trying something for the first time. So all I'm aiming for is a ring. Nothing more. It's feeling nice and elastic, which I love. I feel like that's good. tell them no. And I think texture-wise, maybe they resemble a soft pretzel. But for an easy, quick bagel, I think there's nothing to complain about. It's soft. I mean, that's a pillowy bagel right there.